Here are 10 fresh tips and tricks for Mac users. How can we add YouTube to our dock in macOS? If you are using a Chrome web browser, it's really simple. You will see this install icon here when you visit YouTube. This means we can install kind of Chrome app for it. It will be not standalone app, it will still use Chrome, but it could be turned on as the standalone Chrome window without this top part for the address bar. So that's really handy. Alright, so let's click on this install icon. Need to confirm that. And you will see your other Chrome apps after that. So here it is. Now you could drag this in. So let's close the one that opened automatically. I could now drag this into my dock and it will stay there. So whenever I need YouTube, I don't need to open the whole web browser. Now I can simply click YouTube here in the dock and I will have this pop-up version of the YouTube. It's still in the Chrome browser, but we don't have this top part with search bar, and I can still use Chrome as normal. Alright, so that's what we call Chrome app, and many websites that offer some kind of apps in browser offer this option for installation, like Figma, like YouTube, like Draw.io. Alright, so always look for this little install icon if you plan to have a shortcut on your desktop or add the app to your dock like this. After the recent update, we can finally generate emojis in macOS. Simply press Ctrl, Command and Spacebar all together, and then you will see at the very top we got this recent change. Instead of search for emoji, we can describe an emoji. And in case you don't have any results, they will give you option to create new emoji. Click on that. If you're using this for the very first time, you'll get this introduction screen. Let's continue. So I type smile face black glasses. We got one version generated, but you can keep scrolling right to see different versions based on my description. Alright, if you found the one that you're happy with, you can click add. And it will be added to your emoji stack here at the very top, so you can use it whatever you like. Alternatively, you can jump straight to emoji generator by pressing this little plus emoji button, and you can describe your brand new emoji. Keep in mind, from time to time you will see this error message. Try another description if they are not able to detect kind of generate what you need. For example, I asked for T-Rex jumping. Unfortunately, no result for this one. But take a look, I fixed my spelling and they managed to generate some kind of dinosaur for me. Alright, so always try to fix your prompt. If they're giving you the error message, maybe just different spelling will do the trick. Alright, I actually get the one I want here. I got jumping T-Rex, I can add this and I can now use it whatever I need. Alright, so that's how you can generate new emojis now also in macOS. Let me show you where's your MacBook serial number. Simply head to the little Apple logo at the top left corner over here. Click on that and the very first option is all about this Mac. So click about this Mac. You've got this pop-up window in the middle. There will be name of your Mac, model. In my case that's M3, 13-inch MacBook Air. Then you've got chipset, your CPU, memory, that's RAM, startup disk, and finally there's a serial number over here and your Mac OS. So that's your operating system. Be sure that's updated. If you need more detailed information, you can click here, more info. And this will take you to settings, when you will see all of those basic information once more, including serial number over here, your warranty as well, and additional information about displays. In my case, I got one that is just plugged into my laptop right now, so it's also shown here. You got your available storage, and that's all basic information about your Mac. So once more, simply head to the icon of little Apple top left about this Mac, and serial number is just right here. How can we turn on dock magnification in macOS 15? So long time ago it was a default feature, now it's switched off by default. So what you need to do, you need to head down to your dock and when you got this line here on the right side, try to right click on it. So secondary click, if you're using the mouse, it will be right click. If you're using the touchpad for your MacBook, press with 2 fingers same time until you see this little menu when you can turn on the magnification straight away. And now where I hover my mouse, the icons are increased in size in that spot. All right, so my mouse is here on notes and this icon is really large now. Okay, so that was a default long time ago and some people really like this. So you can turn it on easily here from the dock. Again, secondary click here around this line or any other free area. Just don't click directly on the icon for a specific app. Okay, so click on the dock itself and then you got this here, or you can go deeper into dock settings. That will give us this pop-up for the system settings, and as you can see there's a section for the dock and desktop where you can simply turn on and off several different features and animations. The one we need today is this magnification. You can change it to small or switch it off completely. How can we convert JPEG to PNG or PNG to JPEG using just a default macOS preview? So here it is, the image, I double tap on it and it's open in the macOS preview. Now I click File at the top left and you will see the option to export. Click on that and you'll have a chance to give it a new name, location, and then the format. So take a look, there are several different formats we can use like PNG, PDF, JPEG. So right now I got a JPEG, I will turn it into PNG. I click Save and that's it. I save it on my drive in the new format. As you can see here in my documents, I got the same image, but this time as a PNG. Here it is, PNG image. Keep in mind, the PNG may be a bit larger than JPEG. And as I mentioned, we can do it other way around. So I can open up this PNG, click File, Export, and this time we can turn it into JPEG. And with JPEGs, we got also this slider. So right now this image is like 60 megabytes. I can make it a bit smaller, like 8 megabytes by reducing the quality. But keep in mind, some of the areas of the image may be a bit blurry, all right? So we're kind of compressing the image to make it smaller. And here it is, we save it as JPEG after that. All right, so for just changing formats, like simple formats like PNG, JPEG, PDFs, you don't need any extra software. You can do it with the Preview app that is pre-installed on every Mac. What are the Microsoft Paint alternatives for Mac? Here I am on jspaint.app, a simple website that will give you very much old school Paint experience straight in your web browser, so you don't need to install anything. That's why this solution is pretty good. Everybody can just head to the website and start creating. We got all of the Paint tools and we got option to export them and save on the local computers. You can even install this as one of those Chrome apps if you're using Google Chrome. What if you need an actual app on your system? In that case, I recommend you Paintbrush. It's open source. You can just search for Paintbrush in Google. You should be able to see a SourceForge website at the very first result. Then open Downloads and download the last version, 2.6. After you download and unzip the Paintbrush, you can simply drag it into your applications folder to keep it organized. When you launch the program, you will be asked about the size of your canvas. Click OK and you got this floating canvas here where you can paint. The tool set is really similar to Paint. It's all free without any strange ads. We can save our documents here in Save As. And that's it. That's a little app very similar to Microsoft Paint for Mac. So you can just download this and install on your Mac, or if you don't want to bother with installation, use the website I showed you before, jspaint.app. How can you get Zoom for your Mac? Head to zoom.com using your web browser. Actually, if you just want to join one meeting, there's no need for installation any app. You can hit Join button here at the top right. Put the meeting ID, then your name and join. And that's all. You can join using just your web browser. But if you plan to use Zoom often, you can download the whole app. So in that case, scroll all the way down and then you will see a download section. Here it is, Zoom Workplace app. That's the one. Click on it and it will take you to Download Center, when you can download the app for Mac. If you got Mac with this new M1, M2, M3, M4 chips, click the first option for Apple Silicon. If you got Intel Mac, the old one, click the second option. So I got this one, and now I can see that it's downloading. Here it is. I got the Zoom installer. I can click on that once and they will introduce me to the installation process. I need to continue, select destination for it, only for me or for all users of this computer. We can change the location. By default is Macintosh HD, and then we click install. After the installation process is over, you can find Zoom in your Launchpad with all of the other apps. When you launch it for the very first time, you will need to sign up. There's also option to join the meeting without signing up, like from the web browser, just by putting meeting ID and your name or nickname, and that's it. Alright, so keep that in mind. It's totally possible to join meetings in Zoom straight from the web browser. But there's also a free app that you can download from the official website. Don't search for those strange apps on the App Store. Get the official one from the zoom.com or zoom.us. Alright, that's all. Scroll all the way down to see the Download Center. How can you put back desktop to your favorites here on the sidebar in case you remove it by mistake or it's simply not there? So as you can see, by default you should be able to see it, but it's really easy to remove this from the sidebar. And now we don't have any place to drag it back from. That's desktop. So instead of searching for it here, head to your Finder settings. So be sure you got at least one window open. You can click the smiley face here in the dock, open a random window, and then you will see Finder at the top left when you can click Settings. And from this Settings panel, you will be able to go to the sidebar, General, Tags, and Sidebar. In the sidebar, you will see it is desktop without the check mark, so we can simply turn it on and off. And from here, you can also customize any other element of that sidebar. Alright, let's turn on desktop back, and it's already back here. Take a look. I can go back to my desktop. Click and hold to reorder your favorites here in the sidebar. I like to keep my desktop pretty high here. Alright, and that's really it. How can we add a new app to our dock in macOS 15? Let's head to our Launchpad so we can see all of the apps. Here we are. Now you can simply drag and drop the app you need. And here it is. Now the app is permanently in our dock. If you change your mind, you can right click on it and select Remove from Dock. The app will disappear. Alternatively, we can go for Finder, go to Applications, and you can also drag in app from here. And if you want to remove it, you can also just drag it out, and it's gone. Do we need extra antivirus software for our Macs in 2025? If you start searching more about this, you will find out answers for both yes and no. It's pretty confusing, and the truth is they're both right. To determine that you need antivirus, it's all based on your use scenario. How do you use your Mac? I have created those 7 questions here that we need to answer in order to know that you need extra antivirus or no. So the first question is, do you download third-party apps? So from outside App Store, from websites and other stuff. Okay, so if you just stick to the App Store, you don't need to check this on. If you download apps online, you need to put a check mark here. Alright. Do you keep your macOS outdated? You're ignoring updates, you switch off the auto updates for your apps and also macOS. Everybody's already on macOS 15.2, but you're still on 13. Or maybe your laptop is old, your hardware is old, you cannot update even you want. In my case, I'm good with that. I got everything updated nicely. Are you not comfortable relying only on Apple built-in protection? You got some trust issues, you got some problems in the past, and you don't really trust Apple that much? You can check it out if you got a problem with that. Do you often click on links, open a lot of attachments, people send you PDF stuff, maybe you need to put in a flash drive to your Mac? copy some files from that? In my case, nope, I rarely download stuff from emails. Do you use public Wi-Fi without extra protection? Not really. I use private Wi-Fi both at work and home. Do you already notice any strange activities in your Mac? It slowed down, you got some pop-up windows or something weird going on already? Not in my case. Are you willing to pay for antivirus if needed? Yeah, if needed, I'm willing to pay for it. Alright, in my case, I got 2 out of 7, so that's less than half. So in my case, I would choose to stick with the built-in protection. If you got more than half, you should consider getting yourself antivirus. You can start with the free antivirus, and then if you need more protection, you can update. Or if you are bothered by some of those free pop-ups, whatever limitations, you can consider updating. And nowadays, they also include extra features like VPNs and stuff like that. So 2 most popular last year, that would be Bitdefender, especially useful for if you're already noticing some kind of malware going on, something shady already going on in your system. So Bitdefender or the Norton, right? Norton is kind of like the name for itself, for years protecting OS, both for Mac and Windows. So those 2 are recommended, are trusted ones, and both got free and paid version. All right, so that's the little checklist I put up together. I will kind of put it like that so you can see all of the questions in the same time for the last time. So check with the checklist, and if you just check 1 or 2 pieces like I did, you are good to go. You don't need any extra protection. But if everything is red here, you do all of this stuff, yep, get yourself Norton or get yourself this very handy Bitdefender, and keep in mind some of those features inside may be paid, like VPN. Alright, I hope this was useful. See you in the next one.